Hey, old Pete here from Emerald Minecart, and 10 years. FNAF is 10 years old, aka a decade old. I don't feel old, what are you talking about? But yeah, anyways, today is the 10th anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's, and I decided, hey, why not make a video of me talking about how FNAF has changed my life. And I know I've already made a video like this years ago, but, you know, that video is old, and, you know, it's 10-year anniversary, so I might as well just make a video talking about, hey, FNAF, it's changed my life. So yeah, back in 2015, I remember coming across this video by my favorite YouTuber and childhood hero, and the whole reason I wanted to do YouTube in the first place, Dan. And I noticed he was playing this new game that I didn't really know that much about. Little did I know that he was playing Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And I didn't really watch that much of it. I clicked off of it a few seconds later. But then eventually I would discover FNAF at Freddy's, aka Five Nights at Freddy's. I would watch, obviously I would watch DTM play it, but eventually I would discover Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye, and eventually Dawko, and like a bunch of YouTubers were playing FNAF. It's like, huh, you know, this game looks pretty fun and enjoyable. I never really got to play any of the FNAF games at the time because, like, it costed money, and also my parents, specifically my mom, thought that it was stupid. So, yeah, and she still thinks that today, so, yeah, she does not like FNAF whatsoever. Unlike me, who enjoys it so much, it's essentially legally binded to my soul at this point. I wish I was joking, but yeah. So, yeah, 2015 through, I'd say, early 2017, actually, no, 2015 through late 2017 when I was in middle school, I happened to enjoy FNAF a lot, but then eventually, actually, yeah, it was eventually in the end of 5th grade where I just fell out of FNAF. Like I still liked it, but I just didn't really make anything FNAF related. But yeah, before I go on to when I got back to making a lot of FNAF stuff, something I want to talk about is, like, I remember when, like, FNAF World was still, like, when FNAF World was still relevant and stuff. Like, I remember making, like, a bunch of fan art of, like, it was basically a combination of FNAF and Minecraft, and, like, these original characters I made for me and my friends at the time, and I, like, made them as, like, adventure animatronics, like, in different styles, like, oh, you have the classics, and the wizards, and the nightmares, and the toys, and the phantoms, and the Springtrap variations. I even did, like, fan-made variations, like the draw kills, which, if anyone remembers the draw kill animatronics, then, you know, here is your, veterans discount on, I don't know, I don't know what this discount can be used on. I honestly don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I remember making a lot of it, and I remember taping it to my wall. Then a few days later, my mom ripped it down, crumbled into a ball, and threw it away. And when I asked her about it, she was actually mad at me for taping them to the wall, which, you know, understandable, but, you know, it would have been nice to get, like, maybe a sorry for destroying my art. But, yeah, I think about that sometimes. Like, obviously, I don't think about that much. I don't let it, like, upset me now, but, you know, I think about it sometimes. I just wish that she said sorry or something. But, yeah. Speaking of fan art, I didn't really understand I was making fan art because I didn't know the term fan art, but yeah, I drew a lot of FNAF stuff, and I also happened to draw a lot of Minecraft stuff and a lot of FNAF Minecraft stuff because that was when like all these FNAF role plays in Minecraft were like popping up. Like an example I can give is the Fear Raiser and Gizzy Gaza and Mango Tango, and I think their name was Zombie RMT, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, there were a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers doing like FNAF roleplays and stuff, and oh my gosh, I know, like looking back at them, they're quite cheesy, but honestly, that's what I enjoy about them, and I actually do go back and watch them sometimes, even if the ones made by the ex YouTube group, the Pals. Okay, let me explain something. So there was a YouTube group called the Pals, which mostly consisted I'm sorry, I know how to speak. Which mostly consisted of YouTubers who mostly did Roblox, but also did Minecraft. I'm going to put them on screen. And yeah, they did this FNAF Minecraft roleplay. It was really enjoyable. They did a sister location one, which wasn't connected to the main story because the main story of their first Minecraft FNAF roleplay was left on the cliffhanger, which I'm really upset about. I really wish they could continue it. But sadly, one of the members decided to be an asshole to a fan, and yeah, they disbanded and stuff. And even today, like the said member who decided to be an asshole doesn't like it when when adults or like grown people watch their old videos, which if that person is watching, ahaha, fuck you, I can do what I want. But yeah. Yeah, if you don't know the whole situation, uh just look up the pals, and I'm sure there might be a video talking about, oh, this is the downfall, and this is what happened to that one member who decided to be an asshole. But, yeah, so there were a bunch of, like, Minecraft and FNAF roleplay stuff that I really enjoyed, and again, like I mentioned, are they cheesy? Like, when you look back at them, are they cheesy as hell? Yes, and that's why I enjoy them. So, yeah. Um, yeah, so because of that, I drew a lot of Minecraft FNAF stuff. Another thing I remember is Atlantic Crafts FNAF mods. Like, I remember, like, the models they made and, like, just how, interesting they are. And they even made animatronic versions of their Minecraft skins, which, they basically self-inserted themselves into their own FNAF mod. I don't know, I just kind of find that funny. Maybe if one day, if I can ever find people who are good at making Minecraft mods, maybe I could make a FNAF mod where, like, one of the characters is my OC, my original OC, do not steal. But, yeah, okay, anyways, getting back on topic. Yeah, I made a lot of Minecraft FNAF art, and besides the Minecraft FNAF art, I also made a lot of Minecraft art at the time because I was really into Minecraft. But, yeah. Now I have to talk about the time where I got out of making FNAF stuff. So this was in late 2017 in middle school, and when I was in middle school, this was the era of cringe culture. Basically, if you don't know what cringe culture is basically anything that, like, it's basically a bunch of people who, like, get to decide, oh, if this isn't relevant, then it's cringe. And sadly, Minecraft and FNAF, and also Team Fortress 2, were on the sides of cringe culture, so, if you enjoyed any of those, you were seen as cringy and you were made fun of. So, yeah, I kind of fell out of the FNAF stuff. Like, I still liked FNAF, I just didn't really make anything FNAF related. But then, somewhere around 2018, where cringe culture thankfully started to die off, and people started to realize that, hey, people can enjoy things. Yeah, I started to get back into the FNAF stuff, because here's the important thing to know about FNAF. Once you know about FNAF and you try to leave it, you cannot escape it. That shit is legally fused to thy soul. And it has been fused to my soul since 2015. So, yeah, there's that. So yeah, I got back into making FNAF stuff. So yeah, I didn't really share it with that many people. but eventually, in late 2019, specifically fall of 2019, a Mega FNAF update was made, and also the teaser for a little FNAF game known as Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach came out, which I just want to talk about the teaser, because, like, okay, if you look at this teaser, like, it's mostly just the silhouettes, and, like, the Freddy, like, compared to the Glamrock Freddy we have now, he just looks so different. Like, he has, like, it looks like he has, like, a bigger head and, like, some sort of, like, robe on. So, yeah, just, I don't know, they look really different. And at the time, I thought, like, the animatronic that would later be discovered as Glamrock Chica was a Bonnie, and then the animatronic that would later be discovered as Roxanne Wolf was some version of Chica. And I even made my own interpretations called the Retrowave animatronics, where you had Retrowave Freddy, Retrowave Bonnie, who was female, Retrowave Chica, who was male, and finally Retrowave Foxy. So yeah, there have been a few times where I've tried to reboot the characters. I'm still thinking about it today. Maybe one day I might reboot them one day, but all I remember is I made Retrowave Chica a complete asshole, and I gave Retrowave Freddy not just a Texan accent, but I made one of his eyes extremely big because I thought it was funny. I gave Retrowave Bonnie heart-shaped eyes, and yeah, that's some of the stuff I remember. I ideally might reboot the Retrowave designs I made. But yeah, eventually it would be discovered through leaks by Funko that these aren't called the Retrowave animatronics, they're called the Glamrock animatronics, which, if I want to be perfectly honest, Glamrock is a better name than Retrowave, if I want to be perfectly honest. And then eventually in the year 2020, when people were starting to get the Corona Boner, also known as the COVID-19 virus, Funko decided to show off their merchandise for Security Breach, even if, the characters weren't supposed to be revealed. And I remember seeing the reveal of Glamrock Freddy, Roxanne Wolf, Monty, and Glamrock Chica, specifically in their action figure forms, and just seeing how just being, like, somewhat disappointed, because it's like, they reused so many things, like, it's like, they didn't even feel like they were official merchandise. They felt like bootlegs. Although I really did enjoy the Glamrock Chica action figure because of how much, like, her face looked like a pelican. That's why I wanted that one figure. And then I also remember, like, the Reddit post Scott made talking about the situation and just how threatening it came off. It's like, oh shit, Scott means business right now. Is he going to take away the FNAF license from Funko or something? Because at the time, a lot of people thought that, like, this was the end for FNAF stuff by Funko. Like, Funko was going to lose the FNAF license. And no, they didn't, although later down the line they would lose the Master Toy license of FNAF. So, I mean, technically they lost one. But I also remember... Yeah, I remember when I was in Arkansas, I remember getting the news about these two FNAF statues Funko were making, like these two that are really high quality and stuff. So yeah, this was definitely Funko's way of telling Scott, okay, we're sorry, please don't take the FNAF license away from us, we need the money, okay? But yeah, so... Yeah, after 2018, I continued to make FNAF stuff, and I made a bunch of things, and then, actually, funnily enough, FNAF is actually the reason how I met my boyfriend. Which, if you're thinking, okay, you're joking, right? Nope, no. Now, this is something I don't really like to talk about, but I used a platform called Amino. And I joined a FNAF-related Amino, and I happened to meet him there, we got along, and eventually we moved to DeviantArt, which DeviantArt is thankfully not as bad as Amino. Which, if you don't know why Amino is so bad, well, Amino has a grooming problem, and also isn't moderated that well, and honestly, the day Amino just, like, disappears... It's going to be the day I celebrate, because honestly, let's just say there are some things that happened on Amino that I don't really want to talk about or bring up. But yeah, so to this day, me and my boyfriend James continue to be in a relationship, and we both still like the haha funny scary bear game Five Nights at Freddy's. Hell, I even like made him a Funtime Freddy OC because. Well, the reason it was a Funtime Freddy OC is because, if you've ever seen that FNAF Smash or Pass video, you would know that I really, really enjoy Funtime Freddy. So, yeah, and actually, speaking of Funtime Freddy, before I made my Funtime Foxy themed OC, I actually, like, this was before I figured out that, oh, I'm not straight, and I'm, like, this was before I figured out I was, like, trans and stuff. But, like, at the time, with, like, this male OC I had, I did something where, like, he could turn into, like, Funtime Freddy and stuff, and I would have that as an OC. But yeah, after in late December of late 2019, when I would find out that I'm not straight, and I am in fact trans, I would have this, I had this female OC, so yeah, originally she was based off of Mangle, because I happen to like Mangle, and I still do. And actually, funny enough, the first name for my DeviantArt account that I actually still use to this day was originally called Bisexual Mangle. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, it goes by someone else, and I'm not going to say it. So yeah, if you find it, then hey, congratulations! Yay! But yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So eventually, I decided to make a Funtime Foxy OC because I slowly started to realize just how homosexual Funtime Foxy is. Like, especially now, like people have started to realize, hey, this Funtime Foxy character, they're pretty homosexual, if I might say. A bunch of people like depict Funtime Foxy as being trans or gender fluid, which I depict him as gender fluid because honestly, look at this character. Like, come on, you can't deny that this character radiates such a homosexual energy like me. Because here's the thing to know about me: I radiate such a homosexual energy. It can summon a homophobe from like a mile away. Like a homophobe could smell my homosexual energy from like the other side of the freaking earth. I'm just saying. But yeah, besides that, yeah, eventually I made a Funtime Foxy OC, and I continue to use OC now, and obviously there have been some design changes and stuff, especially with the Funtime Freddy OC I made for my boyfriend. Again, like mentioned, we're still in a relationship, all because of FNAF. Okay, FNAF isn't the reason why we're still in a relationship. Like, it's the reason we're still in a relationship is because we both genuinely enjoy each other's company and stuff. So, yeah. FNAF is pretty important, especially since I've made many friends because of FNAF as well. Or, I'm like, if you know who you are, then yeah, FNAF is the reason why we met and why. Okay, not really why we're still friends, but yeah, I've met multiple people. I've made many friends. Sometimes I made a few enemies, but I've made many friends because of FNAF. And honestly, yeah, I'm happy that I've met the people I've met because of FNAF. So yeah, FNAF is a really important part of my life. It's the reason why I've met so many people. I've made so many friends. I've even met my boyfriend. It's just, yeah, FNAF is a important part. I know I've said that multiple times, but yeah. And well, yes, Scott Cawthon sometimes does some questionable things, but hey, you know, I still have to thank him for, like, making thing that, like, caused me to, like, make so many friends and stuff. It's just, so yeah, happy 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's, and Scott Cawthon, thank you for making such a amazing game series. So, yeah, yeah, that was a video about FNAF on the 10th anniversary. So, yeah, feel free to share how FNAF changed your life in the comment section below, because again, I am interested, and also I like the interaction. So, anyways, that was it for this video. Make sure you all subscribe and like for more, and have a fast, terrific day on this 10th anniversary of FNAF at Freddy's. Peace out, Home Guards, and goodbye!